A friend of mine texted me today and she said she wasn't really feeling happy or sad, but she didn't really know how to describe the way she felt. And she had just finished her final paper. And sincerely speaking, when I wrote my final paper, I remember feeling somehow that kind of way. So I asked her a question. I said, if there was anything you could do on a global level, no matter how you would get there or how much time it would take, what would you do? What would be the dream? What would you become? What would you like to do in life? And then she said so many things. But at the end of the long thing she said, how do you even find your purpose in life? And that question really made me think so much. Because first of all, a lot of people define purpose differently, right? But I'm just going to give my brief description or understanding of purpose before I tell you the answer that I gave her. And sincerely speaking, from my journey, from my experience, and then from the people that I've watched, the people that I've seen, purpose is a journey. It's not something you just find. Like the way you find money in your pocket as you're washing your clothes, right? It's a journey of becoming. That's what I think purpose is. So if you're ever feeling lost, right? The Bible has said so many things about you. You're a king, right? You're great. You're a god amongst all these super things that you are. But I need you to understand purpose as a journey. Don't be so rushed by people that you feel like you've missed out so much in life. It's a journey of becoming. Now, it's what you do in that journey that makes you find your purpose. So if you spend your time on things that really don't matter, if you spend your time on the distractions of life, you would likely not find your purpose. The distractions of life, what are they? Simply things that don't add value in any way. So that is what purpose, that is what I really do understand. That is my perspective of purpose. If you have a different perspective, I would really love you to comment on it. But given that, how then do I think someone can care purpose or his purpose? I just use myself as an example. 2024, which is last year, for whoever is watching this in 2027 or 2039. I graduated 2024. I did my defense, and immediately after that, I got a text message. Was it a text message I recall? I don't know. I got contacted by someone who I really looked up to, and then he said he had started a company that he needed the social media manager for one of the brands, and I said, fine, beautiful. I haven't loved social media. I've been doing my content thing. I've been learning so much. I've been trying to grow on it. So it's something I can even just get money. Like I just got out of school, can now get a job. Just be getting money on the side. And I was gonna start, but somehow the camera I was supposed to use was not available. So I just started as a cashier, and then my parents heard that I had gotten a job in the state of my school, and then just go with me slowly, right? Just right away. And then they're like, bro, come back, I want to see you. And I was like, okay. So I quit the job. Shortly after I came back, the same person contacted me. And then he said, David, I'm building a company and I want you to build with me. And I said, me like this, me, what do I know, what do I got? I want to build company with you. I'm not even do 9 to 5 before you say I should come and build company with you. So I was really, really surprised, but I saw the opportunity as I'm just fresh out of school, right? I still probably have so much school knowledge or sharp minds. So let me just embrace this opportunity. Now, the truth is, it's a startup company, so it didn't really come with any pay, but it came with a whole lot of work, which is what I really need to emphasize on. So if you're finding your purpose, man, it would likely come with a whole lot of work. It's probably not going to be easy, right? Finding your purpose. It's probably not going to be the easiest thing in life. But like I said, it's a journey. Do you understand? You have to understand that part. It's a journey. Is this video recording? It's recording. Maybe my space not go finish. Anyways, it's a journey. So, I started doing the work. I would stay up late. He would call me probably by 3 a.m. sometimes by 2 a.m. Sometimes he would text me if I don't pick up. It was very, very late nights to everyday thing. Sometimes I would just have to lock myself in the room. They would send me errands. It was a whole lot in 2020. In 2024, I edited videos. I wrote scripts. I tried so many things. But as I was learning and growing, he was sending me videos to watch. And as I was listening to these people, I figured out that, look, there are people younger than me who basically started when they were 16, 17, and by 21, by 22, they are millionaires in a foreign currency. If you're in Nigeria, to be a millionaire in dollar at 20 years old, they'll probably think you're doing fraud. But the videos that I was watching showed the possibility, and I saw that the patterns were open to every. It is something that, look, it's something that everybody in this world is capable of. I saw the patterns, I recognized the possibilities, and my mind blew. So I was mad at myself for not discovering these informations when I was in year one, or when I was in SS3, in fact. So I told myself, you know what, I'm going to start YouTube, I'm going to start posting videos about these things, like just to make people see that they are capable of so much more, and all they need to do is start. That was the pattern. That was one of the patterns. So in a nutshell, that was kind of how I, should I say, figured out my purpose right now, or I'm still figuring out my purpose, but it's just why I do what I do right now. Just realizing that, we're capable of so much more, and we should not limit ourselves. Nepo, Lapo, wherever you grow up, you should not limit yourself. There are people who have used Web3 to build a life for themselves. There are people who have used content creation to build a life for themselves. There are people who have used affiliate marketing to build a life for themselves. They just started. They just had to start. So my message to you, therefore, is, look, if you want to find your purpose, just start, man. Start. It's a journey, right? But you need to start. I would have not probably found my purpose if I didn't start doing content creation, and then he saw my videos, or if I didn't start talking and then he probably saw my videos online and then reached out to me, even though we knew ourselves physically. But I would not have even gotten this whole idea if somebody did not start a company and then reach out to me to kind of build the company with him. So thank you so much, Sir Gospar, that's his name. But the message is, you just really need to start now, because there's no time. Imagine you started a company at 14 years old or 13 years old. Do you know the amount of knowledge you would have by 20? Do you know the kind of people you start working with by 20 years old? That's 7 years of business experience, believe it or not, whether you start with coconut oil or popcorn or sugar cane. So that's the idea, so that's basically what I have to say. If you are finding your purpose, it's a journey, right? But you just really have to start. And please, and please, and please, and please, money is a very important factor, but let it not be the drive. You're broke, you're poor. If you start anything now, if you don't make money for 2 years, and if it's your driving factor, you stop it, and you'll be distracted by things that will give you money. You say this one they pay, this one they pay, that one they pay, this one they pay, and you just leave that journey. So you really need to not allow it to be the driving factor. It's gonna come eventually when you do what's right, when you do what works, when you do what brings the money legally. But it should not be the driving factor. Thank you so much. I really hope this video recorded.